But here's the catch. What once kept you safe is now keeping you small. Healing means detangling your identity from your survival strategy. It means realizing that you don't have to play the role anymore, that you can say no without guilt, that you can cry without apologizing, that you can stop fixing everyone else and start rescuing yourself, that you can be loved not because you earn it, but because you are it. But the path isn't linear. It's raw. It's disruptive. Because healing doesn't just unlock joy, it unlocks grief. Grief for the childhood you didn't get, for the protection you didn't receive, for the truths you weren't allowed to speak, for the parts of you that were punished when they should have been cherished. And if that grief scares you, that's okay. It means you're finally feeling what was never safe to feel. And yes, your family might deny it all. They may say, you're exaggerating, that it wasn't that bad, that you're rewriting history. But let me remind you, just because they don't remember it doesn't mean it didn't happen. Just because they were numb doesn't mean you were wrong for feeling. Just because they were protected by denial doesn't mean you're making it up. You are not crazy, you were conditioned. You were trained to minimize your pain so other people wouldn't have to face theirs. That is not sensitivity. That is strength masquerading as silence. And that silence ends now. Because once you realize you're a survivor, the shame starts to lose its grip. You stop blaming yourself for what you couldn't control. You stop explaining your boundaries. You stop apologizing for healing. You stop negotiating with people who never respected your truth in the first place. And you start becoming the person you were always meant to be before the performance, before the programming, before the pain. And here's the miracle. When you start living from that truth, everything shifts. Your friendships change, your relationships evolve, your energy becomes more selective. You stop looking for love in broken places. You stop repeating the cycle. You stop needing trauma to feel familiar. Because you are no longer the person who has to survive to be seen. You are now the person who is whole enough to walk away from anything that asks you to dim. So let me say it clearly. For every child who had to grow up too fast, you are not the mask you wore. You are not the role you played. You are not the silence you were forced into. You are not the shame you carried. You are the light that refused to go out. You survived your childhood, and that alone makes you unstoppable.